Hello, my fiery friends. Once again, it is time for us to have another fiery fun stream. How are y'all doing today? Hopefully, again, you guys weren't worried about me being delayed, but again, we are here today and we're going to have a lot of fun, as always, playing the best in budget deck technology. So, without further ado, let's go ahead. We're going to jump on in right over here. Okay. It looks like we're looking good right here. Okay, so unfortunately, we couldn't make it to Midweek Magic earlier this week. As you can see, the event is almost done, but we are still going to have some fun because you all voted on it and you all wanted to see me play some Brawl for this stream. So without further ado, we're going to jump right into it. And again, if you do enjoy the content that we do, as always, excuse me. Be sure to always like, follow, and subscribe wherever you watch the content, whether you're watching here on YouTube, over on X, over on Twitch. I always appreciate the support you all provide for me. So without that, let's go ahead. Let's gonna check out what exactly are we playing today. Well, I'm glad you asked. So go ahead, let's pull this up right now. Well, it's doing this little thing here. And we all wanted to see how well some of these flip walkers are. So as you see today, we're going to see how well we can do on a budget of only 11 rares in a Brawl deck, and a deck I'm calling Rawl's Storm. So that is the game plan for today. Just cast as many instants and sorceries for super duper cheap. We're going to storm off, hopefully, get a couple of sweet wins, and hopefully this will be what is going to be really hilariously awesome. But you'll see exactly what I mean in just a moment. So basically, as I mentioned right here, besides it's going to be raw, it's going to be a lot of spell slinging to do this. We're going to try to get as many within budget range, of course, cheap options to kind of just make this deck work. So I'm not going to really kind of mince words here. We're just going to dive right into the deck tech right now because, again, Brawl decks do take a bit of a while for me to explain every single part of it. But let's start off, of course, with our actual legendary creature. So Raw Monsoon Mage from Modern Horizons 3 is going to be exactly what we're working with today. As you can see from the card, it's a legendary human wizard, a 1/3 that says instant and sorcery spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell during your turn, you flip a coin. If you lose the flip, it will deal 1 damage to us. If we win the flip, we can then exile Raw, flip it into its Planeswalker side, where it then has 3 abilities and it starts off with 2 loyalty. However, Leyline Prodigy enters the battlefield with an additional loyalty counter on him for each instant and sorcery spell we've cast this turn. Plus, the +1 ability allows us to then cheapen our effects. We can then -2 to then do 2 damage divided as we like, and then draw a card if we control a blue permanent aside from Raw. And then finally, the ultimate, if we do manage to get there today, allows us to exile the top 8 cards of our library. And then you may cast instants or sorceries from among them without paying their mana cost. Woo! I don't know if we're actually going to be able to ultimate today. We're going to see what we can try to do. One of the cool things, at least I've noticed with Raw, is you can either play him super early and just get a lot of incremental value for cheap instant sorceries, or you can also just wait until you have a ton of stuff that you've already cast and then bring them out and then hopefully ultimate right from the get-go. Either way, Raw is actually a pretty sweet Planeswalker flip one, and I don't know, however, it's going to do too well, but again, we're going to see today. And exactly what are we casting, you may be wondering. So I'm glad you asked that too. So that's where we're going to be coming into play right now. So starting with the 1-drops here, we have Spikefield Hazard, again, and Strike It Rich. Super cheap, super early ramp, and also it's a tap land, so great for us. And then this is, again, where we really want to start digging into it. So as you can see, we have a ton of awesome 2-drops here because we ideally want to get with Raw, casting them for only 1 mana. So going over the list, okay, I'm going to have to breathe in for this one. Okay, starting at the top right here, you have Mentor's Guidance here. 2 mana sorcery, cast it. Basically, you can then copy it, scry 1, draw a card. Ideally, with Raw out, this would be a really easy, super awesome value card here. Beguine's Veil here, -2 on one side. It's a tap land on the other side here. Blink of an Eye here for bounce abilities. Of course, we can kick it to then draw a card out of the deal. Defabricate's one of our many counter spells where we can then counter an artifact or instant spell to exile it, or counter an activated or triggered ability. We also have Disdainful Stroke here. It's going to be, again, something that you can then counter a mana value spell up 4 or greater. There are definitely a lot of options out there for this. Emerald's Messenger, also from Modern Horizons 3. Really awesome for us, but again, this is pseudo ramp for us with all the Eldrazi spawns we'll need to have. Make disappear here. We can then sacrifice some of the tokens that I'll talk about what we're going to be building into in just a little bit with this. We also have, of course, Negate, staple for this kind of a deck. Ominous Seas. We are going to try to draw as many cards as we can, so then this is going to be a great finisher for the mid game. If we don't need it, however, we can cycle it in a pinch. Cathartic Pyre here, same thing. You can also do some looting with this one, or you can use it as spot removal if you need to in a pinch. Cleansing Wildfire here for a little bit of land destruction. If we have to, we can also cast it on one of our cards to help draw a card if we need to. We also have Electro electrostatic field here. This is also where some of our additional game plan comes into play here, where we do have a lot of pingers because we do really want to then take advantage of all the spell slinging we have. So with the electrostatic field here, we also have Firebrand Archer. We also have, let's see, how many others do we have? We also have, man, we have a lot of them here. Kessick Flame Breather. Basically, you get the idea here. These are our pingers here that are going to be really sweet for the deck because they'll allow us, of course, to just build up a little bit extra damage while Rawls trying to do their thing. We also are going to take advantage of cards like First Day of Class here. It may not be able to then utilize the Learn ability. However, it's still great for our deck. But again, you'll see why in just a moment because we're also going to be rocking cards like Young Pyromancer here. We're also going to have cards such as, and I'm sorry, I'm going to jump around a little bit here. We'll have Talrand's Sky Summoner here. We have cards like Murmuring Mystic. You get the idea with these ones. These are going to help us kind of go with a plan B to the deck, which allows us to go super duper wide to then have a ton of tokens. And if, say, like we do cast off, say, that First Day of Class, that'll make all of our tokens get +1/+1 counters, and they'll have haste, which is a great way to finish off our opponent in case that plan somehow goes off. Even so, we also, of course, want to take advantage of the ability of casting things for extra copies. So we have cards like Twinferno, for example. We have cards such as, well, where is it at here? I cannot find it in the path here. Teach by Example, also really awesome for us. You get the idea on these ones. Just a mention of casting these to then copy our next spells to then make a bunch of extra copies where we then just do some extra damage with those ones. Also, we do have a couple of other great cards for us to help do some extra bouncing or cards that can just kind of recast things or retarget things, such as Return the Favor here. Expressive Iteration, really awesome card for some exiling and also some pseudo card advantage for us. Improbable Alliance, another card that, again, may not do much on its own, but since we do have a lot of card draw, it creates for us more tokens for us. Is It Charm here, kind of also because this is, Rawl is technically an Is It Mage, so we have to do this for flavor reasons. It's also actually just a sweet card in general, so I love it. Slick Sequence here, a brand new card also from Outlaws Thunder Junction. Does a little bit of light damage, but also helps us draw a card to do some more action. I mentioned already Teach by Example for copying. Third Path Iconoclast here, also another really awesome card that I absolutely love to help create a bunch of tokens for us for the deck. We have Arcane Signet, it's a staple. Whew, okay, breathing in again, because we got more cards to go through. So we also got Clear the Mind here, so we can then reshuffle our whole graveyard back to our library, draw a card, and then do some more spell slinging for ourselves here. Hydroelectric Specimen here, a really awesome card. I talked about this previously in one of our last deck techs, where you can then put this down with Flash ability, so then you can change the target of an instant or sorcery spell that has a single target to it to then the specimen itself, which is great for us to kind of pull, say, for example, the heat off of Rawl in a pinch. We have Salinity Vision here, another tap land, but also you can then cast it at instant speed to then dig for some more options for us for the deck. Dissipate here, another awesome counter spell, and again, with Rawl's ability, all these counter spells are going to be 2 mana, which is great for us for the deck, which is really why I want him out on the field ASAP. Same cards will also do counter spells such as Saw It Coming. You have Sing in the Stupor here for a little bit more tempo play. You find the Villain Slayer, again, another counter spell. Also, you can do it for a card draw. You have, of course, a couple of Planeswalkers that I think are going to be really awesome for the deck, which is Rowan and Will here, which can be flipped either way, but also has the same ability whichever way you cast it, because instant sorceries will be 1 less to cast, which is great, again, for our deck. Burgi, God of Storytelling, since we are going to be trying to kind of pseudo-ritual off, this can then help us and again get some of that mana back so we can recast it, and with Rawl out, it can be really, really sweet and hilariously great if it does manage to do its thing. Excuse me for a second here. Sorry about that. Trying to recover from a little cough there. And then, as far as other cards that help us ping, we have Fiery Inscription here. Does a little 2 damage whenever we cast an instant or sorcery. We have Flick a Coin here. Does, again, a little bit extra damage. Creates a treasure for some pseudo ramp and card draw. Grading Ingus here. We also have another hilarious combo with Grading Ingus here to help us kind of just keep going off with cards like Burgi, God of Storytelling, which is great for our deck because then we just keep rebuilding that. We can then utilize this with another card I forgot to mention earlier, which is Impact Tremors, to then do a little bit of extra pinging. So think of this as more like a Plan C combo to the deck. Speaking of also combos, we also have another one with some Storm ability here, Grape Shot here, which is another great way to finish off your opponent here. And also for its cheap cost, it is actually really awesome for the deck. In terms of additional more card draw, you also have cards like Seize the Spoil here. Same thing, discard a card, draw some cards, create a treasure token. Sundering Eruption, another card from Modern Horizons 3, which can either be a great, painful bolt land, but also ideally you can use it to destroy a target land, so then give ourselves a little bit of an extra advantage here, because that extra ability with creatures without filing can't block, so then we can push through damage if we need to in a pinch. You also have You See a Pair of Goblins here, another great card for us to either pump up our entire team or create some extra tokens for us to help with chump blocking. Magic Missile here can't be countered, so it's a pseudo tiny little wrath, if you will, to then just do some extra damage to a creature, either 1, 2, or 3, however we divide it up. Volcanic Fallout here, another great card that also can't be countered. there. Kind of does a small little bit of wrathing against smaller creatures, but it's great in our deck still. Beaconable for some spot removal with the Jumpstart ability, also super great as well. Rush of Inspiration here, another tap land, but also it can help us draw some cards. We technically don't really run energy all that much in this deck, so it's going to be a little bit random, but I threw it into the deck because it does help with the spell slinging that we're going to need to do. I also mentioned earlier again Murmuring Mystic, so we'll talk about that more later on. Devious Cover Up, another counter spell for us, and then helps us shuffle some key cards back into our library. Tower on Sky Summoner, same thing, creates tokens for us. We have to throw it into the deck. And then of course we're going to be having a bunch of 4-drops that'll allow us to then do some more looting to help kind of filter our hand and then put into the graveyard what we need. So cards like Big Score, Pirate's Pillage, and we have Unexpected Windfall. Basically, they all do the same thing. Discard a card, draw some cards, create some treasures for us to do some pseudo ramping. With all of that treasure that we're going to have, we also definitely want to then take advantage of that. So we have Stormkiln can't say this. Okay, breathing in one more time. Okay, Stormkiln Artist here is going to be great for us because it'll get stronger with all the treasures that we'll have, so definitely going to be a really awesome card for us. We have Urbrask here, another really sweet card. I actually love what this card can do. If we can manage to have it go off, we could flip it and then do some extra damage to our opponent's creatures to hopefully wrath the board and then take advantage of its Saga abilities. And because we are playing the actual Rawl himself, we'd have to have a copy of Rawl Storm Conduit here, and also the 5-drop Rawl, Is It Viceroy, to then just kind of go with the flavor. I decided why not, especially because Rawl himself here, the 4-drop version, allows us to do some extra pinging whenever we cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell. So that's exactly what we need for this deck. And since we are doing a lot of cheap casting of stuff, we wanted to throw in Primal Amulet because, again, same thing. It'll allow us to then have all of our costs reduced. Also, we can flip it into Primal Wellspring. That's also when the card gets super duper awesome. I actually love this card. And then for the 5-drop, we have Lorien Reveal. Can get us an island if we need to, but also you can draw 3 cards if you need to get it in the late game. We have Pinnacle Monk here, which can help us return and target instant or sorcery from our graveyard to our hand, or it can be a land again, same thing in a pinch. And then finally, in the back end here for the higher end cards, nothing too crazy, but again, we do have an extra bit of wrathing here with Fast and Furious. So same thing, one side you can either discard a card, draw 2 cards, or on the other side you can do 3 damage to each creature without flying. Shark Typhoon here is a great payoff for our deck, so that way we can make a bunch of shark tokens whenever we cast non-creature spells. 1,000-Year Storm, again, it is technically a storm deck, so I figured this has to definitely go into the deck as an auto include. And finally, rounding out the final sorcery, we have Treasure Cruise with the Delve ability, basically costing only 1 mana ideally to draw 3 cards. Whew, okay. That was a lot of cards to go through, but again, we're almost done. Going to talk about the lands real quick for you, and then we'll kind of just do a quick little overall quick assessment of what you want to do with the game plan, and then we're going to play as much as we can for the next couple of hours. So with that, we also have a bunch of islands, a bunch of mountains, because again, we are a budget deck. We're going to use a Mystic Sanctuary here to then hopefully recast something, and basically all the cheap tap lands we can throw in there. So Eroded Canyon, Is It Guildgate, Molten Tributary, Prismari Campus, Silver Bluff Bridge, Swiftwater Cliffs, Volatile Fjord, and then Arid Archway. I actually really love what this bounce land does, and I really hope that Wizards will add more bounce lands into Arena because they are actually highly underrated. You should all at least play 1 bounce land in any of your commander decks, just as an FYI, PSA there. Command Tower, staple, you got to have it in there. Demolition Field for more land removal. Escape Tunnel here for some more ways to dig for our deck for our basics. Same with Evolving Wilds. And then finally, Reliquary Tower to make sure that as we keep drawing a bunch of cards, we don't have to discard too many if we need to keep them all in our hand. Whew! I know, as always, whenever we go through every single one of these, we have to, of course, cover every single card, just so at least you get an idea what the game plan is. If you haven't already seen, basically, again, once we get Rawl out, just storm off, cast as many cards as we can for value, and then hopefully finish off our opponent by either going super wide, super big, or just otherwise burn them out. But the big question we need to ask is this deck even possible to pull off a couple of wins on a budget of only 11 rares? Well, you're about to find out. So whether you are watching this live right now, or if you're watching this on the replay, you're going to see right now how well this deck does. So let's take it into some brawling, and let's see how it does. So, okay, I'm going to jump in, find Brawl, and then Rawl Storm. Here we go. Okay. I don't know about you, but again, I'm feeling super excited about this deck and what it's capable of. I really hope it turns out well. Okay, also, now that I have a moment to breathe here, again, let me know how you're all doing out there. Hopefully, again, we're going to hopefully monetize on this channel very soon on YouTube. which will then give us the opportunity to then hopefully do a little bit more. I know some of you out there have been eagerly awaiting some of the next milestones we do have, and I will talk about those a little bit later into the actual stream itself. Some awesome stuff that I'm really excited to start announcing for our channel as, again, we keep growing and we keep making a bunch more fiery friends. For those of you who haven't actually seen any of the content, if you're watching, again, if you're here to check out the latest and greatest in budget deck techs, you have come to the right place, and I'll be happy to help you all out with that. But before I continue on, let's go into our first match here. So we have Eroded Canyon, an island, Arcane Signet, is a charm, Lorraine revealed. Okay, this is definitely going to be a lot of card draw and ramping here, so this is great for us. We just hopefully can flip Brawl ASAP. But no surprise that our first opponent is playing Nadu. So our opponent here is probably going to try to do something really degenerate and disgusting. But can we outdo them? So I'm still feeling pretty good about this. So we'll put down Eroded Canyon first. Ping our opponent for 1. They're down to 24. So can we outdo a Nadu? That's actually going to be really hard for us, but we're going to try, everybody. So with an island, we'll play an Arcane Signet. So we can start doing our ramp, and then we'll pass the turn. Okay, so I think we can then Lorien reveal, get an island, and then we should be good from there. Alright, with that, island cycling. So for this, we'll just get a regular island, because all we just want to do is just make sure we get our ramp on. But the tricky part now is, when can Rawl come in? Do we do Rawl now? I think we'll try. Okay, so he does stick, which is great. And then from
another
here,
day, another job.
Let's seize the spoils. What do we throw away? I think we will throw away the Cleansing Wildfire. Come on. Flip, flip, flip. Yes. All right, we got it to flip. Ooh, not too shabby, right? So we'll tick up now. Tick up to 4. Okay.
Testing is ahead of
well,
schedule.
we're looking pretty not too shabby right now. We're ideally where we want to be. So we already have our Planeswalker done. Here comes Nadu. But we're going to counter that right now. Not today, opponent. You're going to have to wait another turn. Oh my goodness. They already rage quit out of that. Yes, we did have fun. I know that wasn't really all that exciting per se, but you definitely can see nobody wants, of course, their Nadu to get destroyed right there. So not too bad, right? Once you can then counter and protect Rawl, you can then hopefully just go off there. All right, off to a good start. Again, nothing too crazy, but hopefully it's going to be something we'll get a chance to do a little bit more today. So we'll claim our nice little prizes there, and we'll jump into our next match. All right, so the deck at least kind of did its thing, sort of. Again, nothing super crazy, but again, hopefully this will be a nice little, a fun amount of casting of spells, and hopefully, again, it'll just continue on like this. Okay, so we're going to get our next match going. Again, I have a question for all of you out there that are watching, whether, again, you are watching this live or if you're watching it on the replay. Let me know in the comments below. Is there any other kinds of cards that you would like us to see with the set from Modern Horizons 3? Is there anything... Have all of you been playing Timeless mostly? Are you playing Brawl? And let me know, again, what are you enjoying? Is there anything you're not enjoying? I mean, honestly, I've been playing Brawl quite a bit recently just to test out future decks, and Nadu is very annoying. But as you saw right there, if your opponent cannot get it to go off, mostly they'll just kind of instant quit right there. So that was actually pretty good for us. Okay, so with this deck right here, we have ways of making some tokens. We do have some pinging. So we'll throw in our tap land now. Oh, hey, Coco's Last Life. Okay, and you're also saying, I want a deck to abuse Victimize. Oh, okay. I haven't had a chance to actually look into that, so maybe that'll be something we might want to look at ourselves down the line. So I'll definitely want to check that out. So first, we'll play Electrostatic Field, because our opponent is also playing a Flipwalker too, so timing on this one's going to be tricky. Okay, but also with Modern Horizons 3, I've started playing so much Brawl. Yeah, this set is definitely, of course, a very Brawl/Commander heavy set. But then, I guess you could kind of say that about every single set that now Wizards does. I don't know. Feels like everything these days has to be catered to Commander. So, I mean, take that how you will. Okay, Brawl with Slivers. Oh, actually, I'm glad you brought that up, Suki. We actually did make quite a while ago a Slivers deck that I never actually played on stream ever. I think maybe it might be time to kind of dust that deck off. I kind of want to update that a little bit and see, can that deck be done? But otherwise, it's tempting to put down Rawl now, but we don't have a way to protect him, so I think our best option here is going to be to just, I don't know, I guess we might have to wait it out a bit here. So, how do we do this here? Okay. I'm not sure how I want to do this. Okay. We'll just wait a moment. It's tempting to cast things right now, but I want to wait off for a moment here. Oh, okay. You definitely want to see that Slivers deck, don't you? Okay, so I'll put that, of course, on the pile. So definitely we'll look into that later on, maybe into July, because I already have decks set up for the next couple weeks that we will definitely consider doing. Oh, you do want to see it? Yes. Don't worry, don't worry. I just need to update it because I put that deck together when Slivers first came out to Arena. So that was actually a couple years ago now. We can definitely look into checking that out in the future. Okay, so for now, I think we'll just make some goblin tokens. Paying our opponent down to 25. So we have some protection. Okay, so I think we'll bolt ourselves. Ouch. Okay. And then Rawl coming down. Alright, so
my genius is
we're gonna try to flip. Come on, deck. Come on, deck. Can we flip here? Did we do it? Did we do it? Come on. Oh, dang. Okay, next one. So in other words, okay, so what do we do here? So what do we throw away? I think we'll throw away the Pinnacle Monk. Okay, Young Pyromancer's not bad. I guess we're going to be on the go wide strategy here. Okay, no attacks yet. Don't worry, Suki. I will definitely look into that. I'm going to, of course, as I mentioned, I will dust off that deck, and we'll definitely look at Slivers very, very soon. Okay, so our opponent here exiles our commander. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's okay. We'll have a chance to cast him again later on. Oh, okay. MTG Hillbilly, thank you for the subscription. Appreciate that. Okay. Wow, our opponent's actually swinging into Speaker of the Heaven. Okay. Well, opponents, you just lost your creature there. Okay. I mean, unfortunately, that means they were going to flip, but there wasn't really anything we could have done about that one, so either way, we just had to get rid of that before they started making angels. So that was, I think, our best option there. All right, so MTG Hillbilly, hello, new sub there. Well, welcome, my new fiery friend. Welcome. Thank you for joining us today. Young Pyromancer coming down. Okay, well, we can't attack, unfortunately, so we're going to have to hold off for a little bit here. Suki, too cool. Do you remember who's in the deck? That's a good question. Again, the Slivers deck, I haven't played in a while. I kind of have to reevaluate that deck completely top to bottom. There's definitely a lot of cards that in several years, we definitely need to look at more. So, ooh, okay, so we got the Grading Ingus. That's actually one half of the combo we can use, but we're still not quite there yet. We need more ramp. That's our problem right now, because otherwise I want to play Rawl, but we don't have anything else, so this is not quite what ideally I want to do, but we're going to try here. So, actually, we'll throw away the Ingus. So, we're going to make some tokens. Arctic Nemesis, also on YouTube. Is the meta just heist right now? Because that's all I see. Also, love your content. Okay, well, thank you for that. Appreciate you liking the content. That's actually a good question. Heist, I actually haven't seen it too much. I did see it maybe for like a week, and not gonna lie, Heist is disgusting to play against. But the reason why I haven't seen it myself recently is because, well, ever since we got Modern Horizons 3, everyone's just, all they care about right now is playing Rakdos Scam, which, I'm not gonna lie, is absolutely disgusting to play against. Now that I've had to play it in Arena. Okay, our opponent's playing Sun Titan, but we're gonna have to disdainful stroke that now. We can't afford to have Sun Titan do its thing. So ping our opponent, make another token, extort, doesn't go off. Okay. And then, oh yeah, you stream also MTG Hillbilly. Well, that's also cool. Maybe I'll have a chance to catch your stream at some point, so hopefully we'll get to do that in the future. All right. I'm going to take a risk right now. I'm going to throw down Rawl now. So with that, our opponent can go off here, which is a little scary, but we're going to see what we can do to get around this. So No attacks yet. We need at least one more turn to hopefully start doing our thing. Hopefully. Vanquish them. Okay. All right. Reset the board. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not mad. Veto Thorn of the Dusk Rose. Veto is a card that I actually like, but not when I have to face against him. That's a little bad.
A feast.
Okay, so we bring down Rawl once again. They only have one card in hand, so I don't know what else they can do.
Just once, I wouldn't mind a little sunshine.
Oh, and you also do YouTube. I'll definitely check out your channel a little bit after we're done here, so I'll be sure to do that. To say thank you for also subscribing to me, G Hillbilly. Opponent, wow, they actually sacrificed. Okay, they really don't want Rawl to go off here. So this is one of those games where it seems like Rawl is probably not going to stick around because our opponent just doesn't want to see him do his thing, which is going to be a bit of a problem for us. Reliquary Tower. But our opponent can't do anything else now that they've taken down a lot. So we're going to keep trying. Also, we're kind of running out of gas here, which is... Oh, man, this is not looking too good for me. Oh, dear. Here comes Loris. So that means our opponent's going to start casting stuff again for the graveyard. Speaker of the Heavens coming back. Okay, and they keep extorting us, too, which is also pretty bad. Make a zombie. I don't know if we're going to be able to win this one, everyone, but we're going to try. Ominous Seas is way too... We just can't go off with that card, so... Okay. Let's copy this. So, hopefully we can flip here. Okay, nice. We'll flip. Alright, cycle 2 times.
Time for a field test.
Wow, we only got lands? Ugh, that was not good. Okay, so... What do we do here? Do we tick down? I guess we'll have to tick down. So... Wait, how do we do this? Okay, hold on. Okay. I'm trying to figure this out, everybody. Okay. So, tick down. We need to take out Loris. So, submit 1. We draw a card. Okay, and I guess we'll just throw down that. End turn. Okay. I don't know what we can do in this. Yeah, we're not in a very good spot at all. We ran out of gas completely. So, unfortunately, that means Rawl's going to die again. Oh, man. This is not good for us. We're going to hopefully see if we can recover. I mean, this match is... We're definitely way behind here, but we're going to try. I mean, all we can do right now is we'll Prismari Campus. Okay, we'll take him back. Okay.
Just like before.
Yep, I know. This is not where I want to be at all. And they're slowly draining us out here, so we are running out of time. Okay, here come the Angels. Yikes. They make another food token. Never thought I would see another Planeswalker be so abusive with food besides Oko. Never thought I would see that with Sorin of all things. Okay. Okay, so let's... Prismari Campus. Scry 1. Slick Sequence is not the worst, but at the same time it's not helping us either. We're only going to keep it because we can draw a card off of it. Okay, so with that... Swift Water Cliffs, get a life back. At this point, I don't even know if it's worth casting Brawl anymore. It's just too expensive for us. Oh, man. Okay. All right. Whatever happens, whether we win or lose, honestly, I'm not going to be too sad about losing. Only just because, again, we still got plenty of time to play many more matches. So the whole point, of course, is if you haven't seen any of my videos, is I'm just trying to show you all how you can put together some really fun decks for a super cheap price. You don't have to spend a lot to play Magic. And that's a common misconception that I'm trying to get more and more people to think about. Put into your mind again, like, you can play these fun decks, and they're going to be super cheap and easy to put together. You can save a ton of money, so this way you can mail to future stuff that may be something of interest to you. But we'll talk about upgrades for this deck, of course, at the end of the video. For, again, those of you, whether you do watch these videos on replay or if you're watching it live, as always, with every single one of my deck techs, I always make sure to show all of you, if you're interested in upgrading it, if you like what the deck is trying to do, how you can upgrade them, if you are willing to spend and willing to invest a little bit, whether it's paper or in wildcards, ways that you can make the deck super duper awesome. But unfortunately, in this instance here, our opponent just has a much more easier time handling things than we do. So, All right, I'm pretty sure right now, if we don't get at least a Wrath the next turn, we're gonna be done. Okay, our opponent just keeps going off. Sadness. Okay. So with that, Prismari Campus. Come on, deck. Well, that's almost what we need. At the very least, I'm just gonna Wrath now out of spite, really. Let's be real. Okay, Mystic Sanctuary down. Furious. Well, we at least got rid of their creatures. So we're not dead. MTG ability. Right now I'm doing rotation proof deck. Oh, okay. That's actually cool. I like that idea. I actually like that you're making rotation proof decks. So MTG Hillbilly, what formats do you focus on? Are you playing stuff more along the lines of, say, standard? If you're mentioning rotation? Because I realize now Bloomburrow is going to be coming out a little bit faster than some of our other sets. So that definitely means that rotation is going to be going on a little bit quicker. Actually, that's a good question I want to ask everybody here. Okay, we did go down to 0, and we lose. That's okay, everybody. We're going to get them next time. We'll definitely keep playing, of course. But again, who is looking forward to rotation coming soon? I realize that now that those Assassin's Creed cards have finally been dropped, or at least been spoiled, we get that set in a few weeks. And then I know that, I think they said July 9th is when we're going to start seeing the previews for Bloomburrow. Oh, man. I still feel like we're going way too fast with content here. But again, I mean, on the good hand, we'll definitely have a lot of cards to play with. But it just feels like I'm barely scratching the surface right now as we speak with Modern Horizons 3. We're already going to start getting previews for more cards in the next month. Yikes. Okay. Yeah, standard. Okay. That's cool. I mean, I don't do much standard myself, but I'm actually happy that you are doing it. So I should definitely check out some of your stuff here. And I'm sure that you have some probably cool ideas that I would maybe be interested in checking out myself. Is Assassin's Creed coming to Arena or not? That's a good question. I don't think Wizards has stated that they were going to add Assassin's Creed cards to Arena. I know they added the Lord of the Rings cards, but I think it's because this set is just meant for Modern. They probably weren't planning on doing it for Arena. Okay, so we got an island with our Lorien revealed, so we now have exactly what we need fixed. So with that, all right, so what do we do here? We have a lot of, wow, we have all the double casting cards, which is actually hilarious. And I would love to play these, but we don't really have anything to double cast except for maybe a Cleansing Wildfire, which actually would be kind of funny if we could pull it off. But we're going to hold off for a little bit here. Let's see what our opponent's trying to do. I can't wait for Bloomburrow. And then Arctic Nemesis. Oh, welcome, Arctic Nemesis. Bloomburrow looks so good. Honestly, I wasn't too excited for the set, but I'm actually looking forward to it now. Because honestly, I think that's going to be a set that I'm going to be liking because it's going to be mostly a creature-heavy set, which I actually kind of like. All just because, if you haven't seen my content, and also a little bit of my origin when it comes to playing Magic is, I love creature-themed decks. So, i.e. old-school tribal decks. I know it's now called Kindred, Tribal, however you want to say it. It's definitely my style of gameplay. I love playing aggro decks. I like playing burn decks. But honestly, my first deck was a Goblin aggro mono-red deck from, how far back was this? Oh my goodness. 7th edition? Good lord, I'm old. So old. But anyways, we will... Okay, so I realized we didn't hit the escape tunnel. That was my bad. Hopefully that won't cost us in the future. Any case. Okay, so with that... Nope, it's Universes Beyond card, so Assassin's Creed won't be on Arena. Okay, there you go. Well, that's your answer there. Well, again, we need more... We need a way to protect ourselves here. So what I'm going to have to do here is... I realized I should have hit that escape tunnel. That completely screwed me over here. I mean, that's what I get for not paying attention. So that's on me. Okay, that's fine. Either way. Hopefully that won't hurt us. Opponent's going to swing. Okay, that's fine. This is fine. Okay. Okay, escape tunnel. Sack it. We need an island. That's what we need. And then we can hopefully start going off with Brawl. Alright, get the island. Okay, so at least now we can bring in Rawl and we can protect him with a counter spell. So, all right, big score is tempting to play, but we're going to wait for a second here. Okay, we need to manually tap because I don't want Arena to screw us over here. Okay, Rawl coming down. Okay, so this is now basically a counter spell, which is actually really sweet for us. Hopefully our opponent does not have removal, but if they do, we have a way to protect ourselves. Do you have an answer, opponent? Oh, they do. Okay. Come on, card. Come on. Flip, flip, flip. You counter that. Come on. Yes. Exile. Whew. And we just fill it. So, with that, I realize now that didn't quite work out, I realize. Oh, dear. I am dumb. They're just going to attack into Rawl, so we're just going to lose them anyway, which is kind of awkward. Oops. Well, it's fine. It's fine, everybody. Okay, down to 20. We lose Rawl, unfortunately, so we'll come back. I think what I might have to do here is I might have to Cleansing Wildfire into Twinferno. Oh dear, Shieldred's coming. Okay. We have a Shieldred. Goody goody gumdrops. So, how do we get out of this? We need a way to destroy it. So, I think... I have no idea how we're going to get through this. Okay, so if we can only copy the magic missile, we would be totally fine here. But I think our biggest option here is going to be big score. What do we throw away, though? I guess we'll throw away one of our... I think it'll be the double cast. Because the others are easy enough to then cast themselves. Okay. Furious is not bad either. So we get pinged by 2. And we end our turn. Okay. We can at least get another land. We might be okay. We just need to blow up the board. That's all we have to do to get out of this. Bolus's Citadel. Okay. Do I want that to resolve? Arctic Nemesis. I hate that card. Yeah. I'm not fond of Shieldred. Ironically, it doesn't protect itself, but because it just sits there and just slowly just builds up stuff, it's absolutely disgusting. But I'm not going to lie. Again, the card is very powerful if you have a copy, whether you have it in paper or not. I mean, wait. How much... does anybody know how much does Shieldred go for right now? I know it's a really expensive card. Oh, dear. Okay, so they're actually going to start blowing up our enchantments? Come on, opponent. It's just a treasure. Don't do this to us. Okay. So... how do we do... do we even want to bother with this? Okay. I guess... alright. I really didn't want to see that happen, but I don't also want to spend the Izzet there. MTG Hillbilly, you play Commander on Saturdays. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Is there any way out of this? I don't think we're going to win at this point, everybody. So, I'm just going to keep doing their thing, and there's not much else we can do. But, I think out of spite, I'm just going to blow up their lands. So, let's see. Alright. Well, I'm just going to be a spoiler here. Because there's no way I have any wrath that can take care of all these creatures right here, right now. So, that's my best option, everybody. I know, it's not anything fancy. But I just do it, just do it. Wow, Shieldred's around $100 right now? I probably should check that up somewhere. So, Shieldred's just going to do its thing. Pings us for 2. I take out 2 of their lands out of spite. And we lose. Ouch. Okay. It's okay, everybody. Remember that, again, when we play budget decks, we can't obviously assume that they're going to be amazing, especially because we're going to be imbalanced versus our opponents here. But again, I'm not worried. The whole point, again, is just to show you it still is doable, even with our small little budget that we have. Okay, so we're just going to keep on keeping on. Yes, I probably should check up myself. Actually, I'm going to check it up right now real quick on my phone. How much is Shieldred the Apocalypse right now selling for? You saw her for 84. Arctic. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to check out myself real quick. And... okay, yeah, you're right. She's averaging right now. Shieldred the Apocalypse is averaging around 84, 85, depending on, again, where you look. Man, that card's super expensive. Whew. But again, if you have a copy of it, that's actually pretty sweet. Save that if you want to, if you actually want to play with it. It's very powerful. Or if you want to, you probably could sell it and, I don't know, get a bunch of other super awesome cards for future decks. I don't know. Shieldred's just one of those cards that I probably would sell myself if I had a copy. Not that I don't want to keep the card. It's just nobody really likes seeing that card. Nobody really likes playing with it personally. Everybody kind of feels a little icky doing so. Okay, so our opponent is playing Surak Dragonclaw here. Oh, I haven't seen this card in a long time. Interesting. Very interesting option opponent. So, we'll see if that's going to be something that we may have to worry about. Shieldred on TCG is 67. Oh, well, I mean, that's definitely a lot cheaper than 84, 85. So, not that I would pick it up myself, but that's interesting to know. Something to note for the future. So, with that, put down the mountain. Electrostatic field. So, our opponent, I'm guessing, is just going to start ramping. And they're going to try to probably start casting some big creatures. Questing Beast. Oh, wow. Questing Beast already? Oh, boy. It's fine, everybody. It's fine. We're going to find a way around it. Arid Archway. Bounce back the mountain. And bring Rawl in now. Before he flips to a Planeswalker, though, we need to find a way to get rid of Questing Beast. That is a priority. I just don't know if we can, though. I think one of the biggest weaknesses that you've seen with our deck is we don't have that much in terms of spot removal, mostly because we're trying to hedge our bets on seeing if maybe we can then just go off with a bunch of treasure tokens and copying spells and going super wide with our tokens. That's mostly why you'll notice that with our deck, we're not too concerned about the creatures they have. All we're concerned about is then just building up our forces. But it doesn't seem like it's working here. Okay, so with that, all right, so mountain. Let's see, how do we do this? Okay, I think we'll play Fiery Inscription. Our only option here looks like it's going to be to try to burn out things. So the ring on Rawl. Ping. All right, so at least we're doing some damage here. Down to 23, down to 22. Do we flip? We do not. Yay. Okay, it's fine, everybody. So nothing yet. All right, Surak. Nope. So at the very least, we'll just keep him... Wait, hold on, hold on. I forgot. He can't be countered. Oh, no. Dang. Okay, so he's just going to have to resolve. It's fine. Okay. Itali. Okay, and now, unfortunately, we can't really counter anything, so... Okay. Okay. I'm just going to play big stuff right now. But it's totally cool, everybody. I'm not concerned. I mean, because some days it's just going to happen. Oh, come. Really? Really? Wow. Our opponent actually got down Galta. And now there's no way for us to really stop any of this because of the lack of abilities to counter. So, ouch. Okay. All right. So with that, is there anything we can even do here? So, see the spoils. I guess we will throw away Rawl Storm Conduit. I don't want to do that, but it's fine. We're going to have to. Wow, we did not get any of our lands. I'm really... Okay. So, flip Rawl, draw 2, make a treasure, tick up. Alright, so with that, is there anything else we can really do here? Not really per se. Tap Arid Archway, make another prop there, and I guess... Wow. Okay. There's nothing really we can do, everybody. Man, I'm a little bummed by this. Oh, our deck right now is not doing too well. I mean, considering how many lands we have, even with tap lands, we have total, even with those, we have 39 lands. I don't know how we're starving ourselves full of lands here. Even if I block here, it's not going to really matter because they have trample. All right. Well, unfortunately, we do lose again. It's okay, everybody. I know it's not exactly going to be the most glamorous thing, but hey, keep in mind again, when it comes to budget decks, I mean, we're working with what we got here. Maybe we can make... Maybe... Or not. Maybe you can make budget Boros energy deck with rares only on... Oh, well, I don't want to spoil it, but I do have a really awesome deck that I'm actually saving for a pseudo 4th of July theme that is energy. I'll give you guys a cute little sneak peek at the end of the stream. So I will definitely say, I do have already an energy deck kind of already set to go. So don't worry. I do have something that'll be showing up soon. But until then, I have another question I want to ask all of you out there. So whether, again, you're watching, for those of you that are on right now with the stream, or even if, again, those of you that are catching this a little bit later on, my other question I was going to ask all y'all is, with Bloomburrow coming out soon, are you hoping that a certain creature type will get a lot of support with the upcoming set? Since it is going to be creature focused, what do you all want to see get a lot more support for in cards? Do you want to see, like, I don't know, more otters, bats? Do you want to see something that's... Okay, I guess our opponent did not want to play. Kind of a shame, too. They had Bonnie Paul, and we actually played that on stream a couple weeks ago, so I was hoping to see what they had. But, oh well. Free win, free win. Oh well. Okay, so I guess we'll get our free stuff there. Also, I'm going to talk about the hideaway thing in a bit, but I'll save that for a little bit later on. So we'll just keep going on. So, what do you all want to see for future support with Bloomburrow? And do you think that certain types of creatures are going to do better or worse when the set comes out? And then what are you looking forward to actually rotating out in Standard? Honestly, I might actually do a couple Standard decks again once we actually hit rotation. So I'm honestly looking forward to rotation, hopefully because that'll give us another fresh start now that we finally got a lot of the cards like Shieldred out of the meta finally. And then that'll hopefully give us a little bit more of a clean slate with the upcoming cards that are going to be coming out. There's also quite a handful of cards I did not get a chance to touch upon with Thunder Junction because that set was massive. So hopefully, again, we'll get a chance to kind of look at some more stuff in Standard once that time comes. Okay, so this time around, Stormkiln Artist, so helps us get some treasures. We have Sundering Eruption here, Firebrand Archer. We have a lot of tap lands, but we do have at least ways of kind of hopefully digging into what we need. Okay, so with that, tap land, Crackling Falls. All right, Plains, Mystic Sanctuary. That'll be helpful a little bit later on. Surprise tool that'll help us later, if you will. Okay, so if our opponent is playing... Ooh, they're playing Kudo here. That's actually pretty awesome. I'm actually tempted to make a bear deck. Let me know in the comments below. Would you like me to make a budget version of Kudo here and make us a bear deck? I'm honestly thinking about it, but I kind of want to hold off a bit longer because I think Kudo will be super good once we get to Bloomburrow. So I'm going to hold off on him a little bit, but let me know again in the comments if you want to see that in the future. Until then, Time Island, I'll pass. Okay, our opponent's going to start making a bunch of mites, so I'm trying to figure out what is their strategy here. This might be interesting. Hopefully they don't have any removal, so this will give us at least a... Spoke too soon. It's fine. It's fine, everybody. Well, they use their Source of Plowshare early, so I guess that's kind of good for us, because I'm going to just recast Raw now. And hopefully, we can then have them stick.
I'll do whatever it takes.
All we just need to do is hopefully start doing our thing. Maybe I'm a little too eager to get Raw out, but I really want him... Wow. Come on, opponents. Okay. Strategy. We're going to have to change up strategy here. So instead, I think our best option is we're going to have to just kind of hold off a bit. And I guess we'll just start doing... We'll just start building up our stuff here. Well, the map token is actually kind of nice for Stormkiln Artist. So we can actually hold his own for a bit. He's a shaman, though, so... Okay, so that does help us with Mentor's Guidance here with him out. No blocks. Actually, I probably should have blocked there. Oops. I didn't punt. Totally did not. In any case, moving on. So, Volcanic Fissure. Tapped. We'll play Mentor's Guidance. Make some treasures. Okay. Well, okay. Definitely want to keep Arcane Signets. Big score will also take. Okay. Not too bad. We're getting there. And then I think we're going to have to get rid of that Welcoming Vampire. Go swinging here. Okay. Much better. Okay, we're doing a lot better this time around. Okay, so at least we have now a clock on our opponent here. Even if we can't get Rawl out, we're definitely at least putting a lot more pressure on them. They only have 3 lands. Well, 4 now. But they're not in a good spot. And we do have at least have enough ramp where I think we can hopefully go off soon. Bovine Intervention. Okay. They give us an Ox token, which is kind of cute. If you haven't already seen it, we actually put together a Bruce Tarl deck utilizing Oxes. So that I thought was kind of cool. If you actually want to check that out. That stream is also up on YouTube. So if you want to check the replay, be sure to check that out. It's actually a hilariously awesome deck when it does go off. Okay, so how do we get out of this? Mystic Sanctuary down tapped. I'm going to try to bring in Rawl now. And then with that, I think we'll do big score.
Respect.
We'll throw away Grinning Ingus. Flip, flip, flip. Nice. Okay, so he does flip. Draw 2, make some treasures. We will... How do we do this here? Okay. Take out Kudo. And... I'll just submit 1. Okay, hold on. Okay. I'm sorry, I had to think about that for a second. Okay. And we'll pass. Okay, so, next turn, if we can just get down Firebrand Archer, hopefully we can then just kind of burn out our opponent here. Well, we'll see. A Johnny. Alright. Well, that does slow us down a bit, but it's not the worst. He puts a +1/+1 counter on everything. But will our opponent swing with just 1 token? If they could swing with 1 token, then we can keep Rawl alive a bit. Oh, wow, they're ignoring us. Oh, no. Hold on. Oh, okay, so they are doing the thing. Okay. So with that, we'll take out the 1 token here. We draw a card. Oh, wait, no, we don't. Never mind. So we're a little too close for comfort on our poison, but we're going to try, everybody, to see if we can get out of this hole. Okay. Firebrand Archer. We will play Burgie. And... Okay. Is there anything else we can really do here? Well, let's see. How much mana do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, we can't... Okay. We're going to have to hold off for a second here. Okay, if we could just push through these tokens, we should have a shot. Maybe. We're going to try. Whew, okay. So, it's getting a little tight, but we're going to see if we can try to get around this. Maybe I should have countered the Ajani. I think that might have been what we should have done. Okay, hold on. Ooh. Oh, okay. Maybe we could do this here. Pay the 3. Okay. I think we can find a way around this. Very simple. Wow. Okay. So, that somehow helped us out here. So we was able to pump up our team. Okay. Well, that kind of helped a little bit. And then...
We were not
can't really... Oh, wait. We can't use Demolition Field. Okay, that's fine. This is fine. It's fine. It's okay, everybody. So our turn. Their board is now clear. So we will take up. And then...
Spells is so easy.
I guess we'll put a counter on that. Viceroy. Okay. And then... Wait. Gotta think about this for a second here. Okay, so they have 4 tokens. And is there any way around this at all? Are we screwed? Is there any way we can win this, everybody? So, that means we'll get 9 counters. No attacks. Okay. All right. I'm not sure if we can get around this, everybody. We're going to try. But at the very least, we can hopefully just block for another turn or so. I don't know if we can get around this, but we're going to try. Our way of finding a way around this is Demolition Field to clean the next card off the top. We have a map token, so maybe that can, I don't know, maybe that might help us out. We have an Is It Charm also. Man, if we only had a way we can just make some tokens, actually, that would be perfect for us. Stroke of Midnight. Okay. Actually, hold on. We can get a human token out of that.
Adapted before.
So we get a token out of the deal. Rawl dies, unfortunately, but we can put him back to the command zone. Opponent will gain 3 life.
Now do you see the benefits
Okay.
of peace?
Will you attack opponents? That's our big question here. They do not. Okay. So, with that, we're going to Is It Charm. What do we get rid of? Okay. We need to draw into action. That's what we need to do. Draw 2. And then discard 2 cards. Okay, so what do we get rid of here? I guess Big Roll is not going to help us out too much, so we'll throw away that in the mountain. And then Demolition Field now. Get rid of that Temple card. We just wanted to use the extra mana here, so that's why I'm doing that. Whew, okay. This is still very close. Theoretically, we might die on board, but we still have maybe a turn or two if our opponent does not swing. And then we will dig for our land. So we will dig out a mountain. Okay. And then I guess Prismari Campus? It's probably our best shot right now. Okay, Command Tower is not going to help us, so we'll put that down. Ominous Seas. That doesn't really do anything, so we're going to cycle that away. Arid Archway. Again. Just not getting into our action here. If I can only have a Wrath, that probably would do us just fine. But I think our best option here is just to then just take away a Johnny here and I guess one of the tokens. So put 2 on there. Hang our opponent down. A Johnny down.
I will return.
Okay, so that buys us a little bit of time. Not much, but it does buy us time. Put back Mystic Sanctuary into our hand. We will then place the map token on here. So if we have to chump block, we can. Fire Inscription's not what we need right now. No attacks. Whew. Wow. It's still tight. But again, I have no idea how we're going to be able to get around this. So I think Mystic Sanctuary. Okay, Captain Sisay coming down. Is it Guildgate? Still not ideal. Put that down. Our opponent already knows what we have, so we might as well just play Rawl. Still no attacks.
One day,
Okay.
I'll get out of this miserable district.
Well, at the very least, everyone, you can kind of see, even on a budget, the deck is still capable of holding its own, despite the fact that we're a little limited to what we got. Our opponent, of course, also is in an awkward stalemate because they can't really do much against us. They're going to start digging cards with Captain Sisay, which is a little scary, but we're going to hope that we can somehow get around things. I think what we're going to do is we're going to try to do a scry on the upkeep. And we're going to hope that, okay, Ogier attack is a clock. That's scary, but we're going to try, everybody. We're still not giving up. Okay, so from here, Prismari Campus, scry. Come on, deck. Escape Tunnel does not do it. Draw. Tower Sky Summoner. If we can get maybe a little bit, if we can get an instant or sorcery, that might be fine. Still no attacks. Whew. Well, they're definitely going to start making a lot of tokens now, which is frightening. But they have to swing in order to do their thing. Oh dear. Well, I think we might be losing here, everybody. Man, we came so close to just stabilizing. We kind of did for a little bit here, but our opponent just had a way to get around things. So, what do we... Is there any option out of this? No, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. Okay. I'm a little bummed. I'm not going to lie. But we didn't do too bad with what we had. I mean, all things considered. We still kept it very close against our opponent here. Tauren. Opponent's going to do their swing, I'm guessing. Yes, they do. Oh, man. If we can only just get at least a couple of tokens with Tara and Sky Summoner, we could have actually stabilized very well here. But otherwise... Alright, so... We just block here. Block here. Block. Block. Okay. Alright. We're down to 9 with 9 poison counters. Oh, no. Oh, my goodness. I didn't scry. Oh, man. I think that might have just costed us right there. Oh. No. No, I forgot to scry. Oh, man. That probably could have saved us, everybody. That could have saved us. I am a terrible Magic player, by the way. Unfortunately, we can't draw into that. No matter what we do. Okay. Oh, man. This is why, again, everybody, it's really important before to just go into auto mode. If I auto mode scried, I probably could have gotten that clear the mind. That might have been a possible way for us to have stabilized. But I guess we'll never know now. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not going to think about what if. We're just going to move on to the next match. Still, despite the fact that we're kind of fumbling here and there, I do appreciate all of you that are watching. Thank you for that still. I appreciate all the support. And again, we're at the halfway point of the stream. So I do want to mention, of course, on stream right now, for those of you that are still watching at this point, remember that, again, if you do want to give me a little bit of love, all you have to do, again, if you haven't done so already, is like, follow, and subscribe. You can definitely see right here on the stream, of course, where you can follow me. If you want to see me do my hot takes and rants on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, I'm there too. I'm also, of course, available when I'm streaming on Twitch, but of course, all of my main content, of course, is focused on YouTube. Once in a while, I'll also announce stuff on Instagram, but I don't really use the platform all that much because mostly it's just because it's just funneling more people to watch, to have you guys watch stuff here. So, just as an FYI. In any case, we will then, I think we'll keep this. Okay. Urbrask is great for us if we can just kind of go off with that. So, Evolving Wilds, and we'll pass. All right, opponent. What do you got? What are you trying to play? Forsaken Crossroads? Okay. They're playing the Necro Bloom. I've seen some people play this. So we'll see if we can kind of outdo our opponent here. Sack the Evolving Wilds. We need a red source. So get a mountain. And then we will play Spikefield Cave. Okay. Windswept Heath. They crack their fetch land. And it's our turn. Okay, so next we will play... How do we do this here? I think... Hold on. We'll tap the mountain. Arid Archway. Comes in tap, play tapped. Bounce back the mountain. And... Okay, this time we're not going to get super greedy with Raw. We're going to hold off for a moment here. All we just need to do is just wait it out a bit. If we can get Urbrask down, maybe that might be our best solution, is get Urbrask first. Augur bottom. Okay. Well, we will play... Actually, we need that mountain down. Urbrask. Okay. Well, we are making progress here, little by little. But again, they are playing colors that are very removal heavy, so we'll see if we can somehow get around that. Oracle of Oldaya. Okay, our opponent can play a lot of lands. Thermal Alchemist. Island. Okay, so we don't need impact tremors yet, so we'll hold off on that one. And what do we do here? Okay, so I think we'll go mountain, arid archway, play Rawl, and
I'll do
we
whatever it takes.
also play. Actually, we're gonna have to hold off. Okay. Okay, so game plan right now is we could just chain off a couple of spells, and then from there, hopefully we'll be able to go off, and then we'll be able to flip Urbrask, Wrath the board, and then that should be it, right? Right? Okay. I'm gonna start making zombies now, which is terrifying, but we will find a way to around this, everybody. All we have to do is just get around our opponent's stuff. Abrupt decay. Okay. We'll counter that. Oh, wait. That's not counterable. Alright. So with that, Cathartic Pyre instead. So we will... I think we'll just take out Oracle Moldiah. Make it... Okay. And then... Is it Charm? Actually, can we do this here? Let's see. Draw 2 cards. Draw 2. Okay. And then... Oh, dear. Okay, throw away. Storm killed. Dang. We couldn't chain another card into that. Well, that's unfortunate. We came close with Urbrask here. I was hoping to chain just enough right in that turn. And that would have been hopefully enough for us to do our thing. But it just wasn't enough. So instead, put the Thermal Alchemist out there. And then I guess we'll wait. Okay. So this time around, we're going to hold off for a second here. Our opponent does have a Farewell in hand, which is frightening. But we have a plan, everybody. We have a plan. Scoot Swarm. Oh, man. If we could just wrath the board, this will be so, so sweet. But we'll see. We can try to get there. Okay, Silver Bluff Bridge. Okay. Seize the spoils. We'll throw away the bridge. Ping our opponent. Draw 2. Okay, I think we can pull this off here. So, with that, ping. We will then Magic Missile. Let's see, how much is this going to do? Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Okay, this does 3. Okay. All right, so I guess it doesn't really matter, I suppose. All 3 on Elish Nord. Okay. 3 there. And then we Grape Shot. Okay. Okay, so that's Necrobloom. Necrobloom. Hellish Norn. We then activate. There we go. That's what I'm talking about, everybody. Okay. Wrap the board. Okay, they're down to 12. Whew. So, yeah, we were able to at least get rid of the board there. But is our opponent going to farewell out of spite? I guess we'll see in a second. Okay, but either way, we were able to clear the board, so we're in a good spot now. All we just need to do is get Rawl out, and I think we might be able to find a way out of this. Takanuma. Okay. Well, they're going to try to bring back, I'm guessing, Elish Norn? Yep. Not surprised there. Elish Norn coming back. No land. Tokens, which is absolutely disgusting, but it's okay. We're going to try, everybody. We're not giving up. If our opponent loses control, we can, of course, keep trying to flip Urbrask to hopefully just keep resetting the board. But even so, we did a pretty good job, just all things considered, early on. Okay, Expressive Iteration. That's not too shabby. Brawl, coming down again. We will...
Just a Rain Mage, nothing to see here.
Tap Thermal Alchemist, down to 10. Flip. Nice. Okay. So, how do we
I
do
need
this here?
volunteers to
Okay,
get slightly
so
electrocuted.
Slick sequence going in. Saw it coming. Island in. We tick up. Okay. How do we do this? Okay. Tick up.
Testing is ahead of schedule.
See? Activates. Slick sequence to their face. Down to 7. Draw a card. Sink into Stuber's not the worst, actually, right here. Let's see. What do we do here? Okay. I think we'll just pass. Okay. So, we are close. Unless if our opponent wants to destroy everything with Farewell, I think we might be in a decent spot here. We could bounce back Elishnorn if we need to. So, can we get out of this? Can we actually pull off a win with this deck right here? I'm hoping we can, but we're going to try to see if we can. We just need to keep Thermal Alchemist alive a little bit longer. Hopefully our opponent will just ignore Raw and just go super aggro against us, and that should be enough. Okay, do we want to deal with that? Okay, hold on. This is an alchemy card, isn't it? Okay, so Vona enters the battlefield, destroy target non-land, non-token permanent and opponent controls. Okay. So, unfortunately, I might have to actually just counter this. And then what do we should just shuffle everything back in, or at least 4 cards back in. Grape Shot, Cathartic Pyre, Expressive Iteration. Okay, I didn't want to do this with our treasures, but we have to make sure that we can survive. Shuffle the cards back in. Okay, so our next hope right now is we just need to survive a turn or two, and maybe, just maybe, we might be able to pull this off. Okay, until end of turn, you may cast instant and sorcery spells from any graveyard. If a spell cast this way. Ooh, we might be able to do it here. So. Okay, so we can't do anything about keeping Raw alive, but that's okay. Opponent's just got the Farewell in hand. We're down to 15.
This is a major setback.
Back to the command zone. Ping. Okay. So, can we pull it off here with what we have? I think we can. All right, so here we go, everybody. Thermal Alchemist. And there we go, everybody. Yes, the deck pulled it off. Woo! That was way too close. But you saw right there, the deck is definitely capable of pulling off some wins, despite the fact that we're a little hampered. I mean, we went through a Necrobloom and an Elishnorn, and we found a way. Whoa, man. Urbrask was the MVP of that match. Oh, man. This deck is hilariously awesome when it goes off. But there you go. You get to chain everything together, and you can still make your win if you're just gonna grind it out a bit. So I'm actually really happy with that one. That was really awesome for us. So we get our rewards. I realize also we are kind of getting through our dailies, which is actually pretty sweet. Let's go ahead and let's continue on. Overall, again, I know I usually don't ask this until the end of the video, but how are you all feeling about the deck so far? Do you all like the deck? Is there something you would want to change about it? Is there something I'm missing? Let me know in the comments below, and I would love to hear from all of you. Otherwise, okay, so what is our opponent playing? Ooh, they're playing an energy deck. That's actually pretty awesome. I actually want to see how this card goes off. So, let's see. Win or lose, again, we're just going to make it work. But otherwise, we have Stormkill Artist to ramp us. Thermal Alchemist for pinging. I think we'll keep this. But I'm curious to know, they're playing energy. FYI I actually also have the actual energy deck. That's Satya. Is that how you spell it? Satya Aetherflux Genius? I have this actual precon. It's actually a really awesome precon, but I'm going to see if I can upgrade it into not 4, not 3, but a 5-color energy deck. Maybe I might actually do an energy deck in 5 colors a little bit later on this year. Let me know again if you want to see that. I would love to see. Maybe we can make a super awesome energy deck in 5 colors. We definitely have now enough colors and energy and enough cards where I think we can definitely make an all energy deck supported with actually 5 colors. It might be pretty wild, actually, if we can pull it off. But otherwise, we have a lot of tap lands, but we're hopefully going to be able to see if we can get there with what we have. Okay, opponent's got all of their land. Ooh, Electrostatic Tumbler. I actually like this card. It's one of my pet cards that I have from one of my decks. And also, that's also something I'm planning on upgrading a little bit later on for a Timeless deck. So be sure to stick around for that one. That actually will be pretty sweet. Thermal Alchemist coming down. Okay, so all we just need to do is just start pinging with our opponent, and maybe, just maybe, we might be able to go off. Fable Passage. They crack it. Taking their time, figuring out what they would need to get. All right, they got their land. All right, so lost GT. I haven't seen anybody play this yet. Okay, opponent is attacking. They do have energy. Wait, what does lost GT do again? Whenever damage to put a charge counter on it, remove a charge counter to untap a land. Okay, I see what they're trying to do here. But I'm pretty sure they have some kind of removal, a burn spell or something, so I wasn't going to block. Otherwise, we will play Island. And how do we do this here? I guess we'll bring down Raw now. Do you have an answer, opponent? Tail's End. Okay. We'll ping here. And then what we're going to do is Slick Sequence. It's unfortunate that we might have to lose Raw here for just this moment, but getting rid of that Electrostatic Pummeler now with the GT on it is more important. Unless they have a free spell. I don't think they would. Do they? Okay. Wow. They spent their energy just to do that. I'm surprised. Okay. Well, unfortunately that means that we lose Raw, but that's okay. They had to burn up their energy just to make that work. Satya coming down. Alright, so they then make a copy. Okay, I see what they're trying to do here. This actually, honestly, this actually is kind of a cool combo. I might actually have to steal this for a future deck. Okay, they sack it, of course. Alright, interesting option our opponent here is trying to pull off. But otherwise, Stormkiln Artist. Coming down. Alright. We just need to find a way to stabilize and just get enough mana with your thing. I know. Doesn't seem like it's that hard, but we're going to try. So while they're cracking that, looking at the time right now. So we're about an hour and 27 into it. Just letting you know right now, for those of you that don't watch my stuff too often, I always like to remind everyone that I don't stream as long as other people out there. And it's not that I don't want to, but again, because of other things I have to take care of. And also because I'm also trying to work on things for future stuff to support us all here. We can only do small streams. I do apologize for that, but we are also going to try to see, hopefully we'll have some more time to do some more fun stuff as we keep growing the channel. We're very close to getting some of our next goals, so I'm actually really happy about that. I do appreciate all the support y'all have been giving me. I am really fortunate that you guys all enjoy what I do. And because of that, that's why I do want to kind of give back by hopefully building ourselves up with some more future stuff. All right, our opponent here really is going to start going off with their energy, which is unfortunate. So even if we block... Oh boy. Wow, they're really going off here. This is actually scary because no matter which we block, they'll just pump themselves up. Okay. So, block here. Block here. I don't think we're going to survive either way because they can just pump up any of these. They actually don't even need... They don't need to do anything else here. So there you go. That's the whole combo, everybody. So this is, again, what I'm expecting them to do. Down to 20. They're saving their energy. Although they probably could have closed out the game real quick there. If they wanted to. So, get rid of the token. Murmuring Mystic is nice, but it might be too little too late. Oh, actually, I probably should have played that tap. Well, I'm dumb. Okay. I realized I should have made that a land. Okay. It's fine, everybody. It's fine. Hopefully, again... I mean, at this point, I don't know if we can get around their copying ability. Because no matter what we do, they're just going to keep... Satya's going to keep making electrostatic pummeler tokens, which is actually a really cool strategy that I'm going to steal for my own future deck, by the way. But unfortunately, there's no way for us to get around that. Skyclave. And then... Alright, well, there's not much else we can really do here. Izzet Charm doesn't help us out at all. So, I think we're unfortunately going to have to look at another loss here. Yep. Opponent is making their tokens. Making more pummelers. And is that it? Is that game? That might be game. Yep. 12-12. Yep, that's game. Oh boy. I mean, again, a little disappointed that we lost that one, but at the same time, it has inspired me to consider making a deck, an energy deck for us in the future that I'm probably going to have to steal from our opponent here. That was actually pretty cool from their end. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to probably take that for myself. So, make a mental note of that. Mental note. So, again, our record is not exactly very good, but we have at least gotten a couple of wins to show you that the deck is definitely capable of handling itself. But again, I'm not going to lie, as always when it comes to making these decks, it is tricky just because we don't have too many options when we're on a budget. But still, the budget that we have is actually not too shabby, all things considered. We could definitely pull off some things here. We just need to just get what we are hoping looking for. Okay, in this instance, we're actually going to have to mulligan because we don't have what we need. Okay, we do have now the lands, which is great. So I think we'll keep this. And then, hopefully, we'll find what we need with this hand. So, play the island and pass. Opponents, they got a forest. Okay, so they're playing Nissa. That's something I should be worried about. So, this time, since they're playing green, I'm just going to throw down Brawl now.
Luck will break my way.
Right, Urbrask is nice. Excuse me. Okay. Go swinging. Flick a coin. Literally flick a coin. That actually worked out for us. That was kind of on flavor. All right. Flip roll. Ping. Draw a card. Make a land. Hit our land drop. Okay. Nice. That was actually a pretty good turn right there, everybody. We will pass. Okay, so we're looking pretty good right here in terms of ramping. Scoot Swarm. That might be helpful. Oh, our opponent just kind of gave up there. I actually thought they were going to try to pull off something there. Okay, well, yay. But that didn't really show off anything exciting there. But you kind of saw we were about to kind of start going off, which would have been actually pretty sweet for us. We just got that Urbrask down. Oh, man. Imagine how sweet this would have been if I was able to actually pull this off with a Scoot Swarm against our opponent. They probably would have quit after that. But that's fine. I guess I'll just take the win. It is what it is. All right, so we got our win there. Not too bad. Moving on. Let's see what else we can face today. Excuse me, everybody. Okay, so another question also while I'm doing my thing here is there any cards, and I actually asked this on X, is there any cards from Modern Horizons 3 that you feel like are going to get restricted for the format? Are we talking, say, I don't know, is anybody here concerned about Grief, Fury? I know those free spells are a little oppressive, but I'm pretty sure that we might see something change in the future for that one. But let me know, do you think any of those should be restricted? Should they have even been put into the format? I think that's also an appropriate question to ask for those that are curious. Okay, so in this instance, I think we might have to just deal with this now. Get rid of it. Because Quirion Beastcaller is a frightening card if you just let it sit. So we can't afford to just let it do its thing, unfortunately. Lone Rider. Alright. Swiftwater Cliffs. Gain some life. We're all coming in now. Okay, so with Mentor's Guidance, we should be able to get a ton of extra value from that. That'll be really nice for us. Ideally, if we can get another land, that'll actually even be better. Okay, Dusk Shell Crawler. So this is mostly all focused on +1/+1 counters and life gain. Recruitment Officer. Okay, well, that's actually not too bad. They'll swing just to get some free damage. Or I should at least say free life. But we can block. Okay, so how do we get out of this? Okay, I think... How do we do this? Okay. Unexpected windfall. What do we throw away, though? I think we'll throw away Big Is It. Which is not what I wanted to throw away, but it's fine. Bounce him away. Turn into Brawl Planeswalker. Make some tokens, which is nice. Island. Okay. Okay, I think we can do this. And then... Mentor's Guidance. 1,000-Year Storm. That's nice, but we need lands. Alright. There's a land. That's good. Okay. Have you draw your second? I thought we just drew a card right there. How come this didn't trigger off? I'm very confused. I played Emerald's Messenger thinking we were going to get some spawns out of that, but we didn't do it. Did I make a mistake there? I'm confused. I thought this was going to give us some actual spawn tokens that we could have chump blocked with. Oh well. It's fine. I'll just let it sit. But I'm still kind of confused. Okay. That'll pump up Terralassa. Interesting that our opponent is using actually a cheaper commander here, which is, again, that's not bad. I'm just kind of interested in seeing, like, where's that going. So, okay. I think, take up. We need to wrath the board now. So,
super ready.
how do we do this here? Let's see. So, 4 mana. Okay. Well, there's not really anything else we can do except just wrath the board. Got rid of everything. Nice. Okay, so clear shot for us. And our opponent did not want to deal with our deck anymore. Woo! Not too bad also. Wow, I didn't think they were going to fold that easily. But okay, a win's a win. As always, I will take it. Okay, so got some more tickets. We'll keep playing for just a little bit more. Okay, looking at the clock here, I see that we're like about hour 37. So, we're ETA, for those of you that are curious, approximately about 25 minutes out before we are done. But again, as always, I will make sure we will talk about the deck as a whole. I'll make sure to save some time to actually explain some of these things that I think work well for the deck, but also things that maybe not work as well as I was hoping for. But either way, I do appreciate that all of you are still hanging in there. Don't worry. For those of you that are my true fiery friends, you'll be able to see we're going to be actually talking about some other cool stuff just before this stream is over. As for what that is, well, you'll see soon enough. So tap land down. I think we'll put down Burgee. Gritting Ingus, we just need another piece, and we actually could do the infinite combo with Gritting Ingus. If we can get that card at least. But otherwise, okay, so Island, and then Fiery Inscription. The ring tempts us. Not that we need the ring, but at least now we can kind of slowly ping our opponent out in case we do kind of go off with some stuff. Ishin. Okay, so they did bring down their commander. Okay. So, what do we do here? I think we'll bring down Burgee. So we're looking to build up our board first, and then hopefully we can then maybe just go off with a bunch of triggers from Fiery Inscription. Rest of our opponent just blows up our creature. It's fine. I'm not mad. It's okay. We got time. Dawn of a New Age. So they take the token. They draw a card and gain some life. Mountain down. Okay, so what do we do here? I'm going to put down Grinning Ingus, not for any actual value. It's mostly just to get something on the field. Mox Amber. All right. Okay. What do you got, opponent? You still got a lot of cards in hand. Goldspan Dragon. Scary, but it's fine. Make some treasures. No attacks. Maybe we should put Goldspan Dragon into our deck. That might have been helpful to make some treasures. I don't know. Possible. Okay, so with this, we will Firebrand Archer. Expressive Iteration. Do some pinging against our opponent here. 26, 25. Okay, what do we want? Ooh, Impact Tremors is actually really nice for us. So we'll put that into our hand. Okay. Put the Lorien Reveal to the bottom. Beacon Bolt. That unfortunately is going to exile, which is not what I wanted to see. But it is what it is. Oh man, if we just didn't lose Burgee, we actually could have gotten the combo off here. But okay. So, is this combo possible? We need actually another red source to build us up some actual mana, and this actually would have been able to work. Man, I really wish we had Burgee back. That actually would have made this combo work, but it's okay. Opponent swinging here, make some more treasures. Yikes. And some spirits. Okay. I don't know about this one, everybody. Down to 1. Wow. Okay, we're actually almost dead already. Do you have another option, opponent? Do you have Burn to beat us? Not quite how I wanted to see us get beaten here. Alright. Selfless Glyph Weaver. Alright. Volcanic Fallout is not what I want to see here. Okay. I guess I'll just go out on my own accord, if you will. So, this will hurt us, but I mean, we're going to lose no matter what, so I might as well just go out with a bang, I guess. Okay, so opponent does exile their card. Can't even blow through the board. So annoying. Yep. Doesn't matter. None of their stuff dies. Our stuff dies. We end up killing ourselves. But I mean, hey, that's all you can do. So, moving on. I'm not even going to bother with that one. It's fine, everybody. Just keep on keeping on. Looking at the clock right now, I think we might have time, depending on how these next matches go. Maybe 2, 3 more matches tops. And I think we will end it there, everybody. I still hope you all have been having fun. I've enjoyed, of course, chatting with a handful of you today. I've actually really enjoyed that. Do not worry, though. I will also be talking about what are we going to be looking at down the line for the next week or so of content. So hopefully, again, stick around for that. Okay, so we have counter spells aplenty and removal, and we also have a creature. But we don't have much else going for us with this. So despite that, we can keep our hand, and hopefully we can just very slowly build up what we need with Rawl. Opponent is playing the 5-color Eldrazi deck. That's pretty spicy. I don't know how well it does. It's a very frightening deck if it goes off. But its biggest weakness, of course, is it stumbles on mana. Hopefully they invested a ton to make this work. But we're going to have to find out. Temple of Malice. Takes right to the top. Play an island. We will play Thermal Alchemist. Let's see if we can try to ping our opponent little by little here. Okay, opponent. What do you got? Okay, so. All right. Ping. Okay. Wait. Hold on one second, everybody. I realize some of you all have been chatting the whole time, and I realize, and I do apologize, the chat somehow froze on my end here. So, sorry about that. Let me see if I can try to fix it real quick. Okay. So, otherwise, in the meantime, Molten Tributary coming down. And, okay. Pause 1 second, please, everybody. Okay, so yeah, I realize now on my end here, for some reason the chat just did not keep going. So let me see if I can refresh it real quick. Okay, so I don't know what happened there, everybody. I realized the whole time y'all have been chatting, and I felt really, really dumb because I cannot see the chat. For some reason, it froze on my end. So yeah, that's my bad, everybody. Don't worry. Let me see if I can try to reread everybody's stuff real quick. So, scrolling back while our opponent also trying to play. Okay, so from what I saw, because I do apologize, let me see if I can just catch up with this chat real quick. Okay, so y'all want to see the Kudo deck. Don't worry, I'll build that. I'm actually kind of hyped for that one, but again, we're going to wait until Bloomburrow for that to go off. And then, let's see, I know some of you also been saying a couple other things too. So with that, that's okay, yeah. Thanks again for not hounding me for the misplays. Don't worry. I mean, hey, we all do make mistakes, so yes, I do agree with that. Ping our opponent here. And how do we do this here? I think Rawl can come in now. And then we swing here. Down to 21. Okay, saw it coming, can then come in a bit. Yeah, I don't know what happened here, because I can kind of see the chat sort of still doing its thing on the side from the stream program, but for some reason, because it wasn't updating, it looked like nobody was chatting, but I realized y'all were chatting the whole time, and I, being how dumb I am, did not pay attention because I was focused, of course, on gaming. But don't worry, I'm still here, everybody. I do apologize, though, but let me see if I can kind of fix this bit. This is sometimes so annoying how this works. Okay, otherwise, make disappear. All right, untap, counter that spell. Phew, okay. Ping our opponent again. Okay, Cathartic Pyre is actually pretty awesome here. So with that, all right, ping. Flip the coin. Nothing, unfortunately. Oh well, it's fine. Either way, we will then swing here with our creatures down to 16, and we pass. Okay, so I did see Suki. You also mentioned on there the Family Matters precon. I have to. Is that one the group hug precon? Because again, I saw that one and I thought maybe I might want to buy that one, but I want to see the cards first. What is coming in that deck? Also, not to mention, let's be real, the Squirrels deck, that's probably going to be the most popular one, but hopefully that one actually will have some good reprints also. So, sorry, I will definitely say that one might be my choice, but again, it really depends on, again, what they have. Okay. Our opponent here, actually I realize has a really clever way of trying to get to their lands, because I also realize they're utilizing the landscape ones. Thought Not Seer. We can't allow that to come onto the field either. So I'm going to ping. And then we counterspell that. So, off the field it goes. Okay. Do you have anything else, opponent? No. Okay. Ping here again. Down to 14. All right. Well, we're making progress here, which is nice. And then big score. Discard the Beacon Bolt. We can bring that back later anyway. Ping our opponents. Ping ourselves. Okay, I think now the chat finally got fixed on my end, so yay. Thanks again for hanging there, everybody, and for tolerating my silliness. Mystic Sanctuary, which is really awesome for us. We'll put back Saw It Coming. Back on top. Alright, there we go. We got our Eldrazi Spawn token to trigger that time. I don't know what happened. I don't know why it didn't trigger off the last time we did it. It still says on each turn. Just don't know what happened there. But anyways. So we swing here. Do you have an answer, opponent? Most likely not, because it's all colorless. Okay, I think his token says go wide. Yeah, I looked at right now the packaging from Amazon, and yes, it does look like it's going to be tokens. But I am still curious, what could that mean? It might mean, I'm sure Chatterfang probably will be in the deck, but they'll obviously have another Squirrel commander. So, I still wonder, though, what that could mean. I'm still curious. But again, I know we still have a lot of time to go until that happens. Okay. Anyway, going back to the match. Opponent's still a ways away from casting Ulalek. Is that how you say it? Ulalek? Oh, Ulalek. Wow. Words are hard. I don't know. Anyways. Okay. Waterscape Battle Mage. Okay. So, how do we do this? Okay, I think I have a way out of this. So with that, we will draw 2, untap, ping again. Okay, I think we got a way out of this. Draw 2. Throw away our 2 cards here. Make an Eldrazi spawn. There we go. Sacrifice our 2 treasures. Counter the spell. Oh man, that was beautiful. That was a great move right there. And then it bounces back to our hand. So that's not the worst. At the very least, we get to save him. So that's actually not too shabby. Ping again. There we go. Okay, Blink of an Eye is actually also pretty good. So Rawl coming back.
I'll do whatever it takes.
We bounce back the Worn Power Stone. Their ramp goes bye-bye. Still don't flip him, though. Okay, that's fine. Ping again. Okay, well, we're very close to the end here. We might just actually be able to beat him with a beatdown. Not the most exciting beatdown, but I'll still take it. Down to 4. All right, opponents. It's almost over for you. Do you really have an answer? Although, as I mentioned earlier, this card is frightening, but you need to actually have good ramp to pull it off. As you see, our opponent kind of struggles here, because if we can keep bouncing their stuff, there's not really much of an option they have against us here. Roaming Throne. That's not going to do it. That's not going to do it. Oh my goodness, I think we might be able to end the stream here on a high note, everybody. So with that, ping here. And then, oh, do we want to do this here? Okay. Okay. Get us our 2 mana here. Oh wait, hold on. Does this work here? No, wait, no. I have a better idea. Okay. I'm dumb. I gotta go for the easy win. Okay. So discard Rawl. The Ward 2 triggers, but we pay it. Yes. And we flip Rawl. Oh, this is so good. Down it goes.
Me anymore. I'm my own.
Ping. We then, yes, we got him. Woo, that was so, wow, that was so good. Oh my goodness, that's how we're going to end it, everybody. Looking at the clock right now, I think that is the best way to end this stream right here. So, again, we're not going to stream it, stop right now. We're just going to, again, go to the next phase. So, wow. Wow, that was so awesome. That's how you do it, everybody. Man, that was so satisfying. Oh, I love that one. Okay, so with that, we're going to now go into talking about the deck since we're going to wrap this up. And as always, like I like to ask everybody here, that was basically Rawl's Storm for you on a budget. So you tell me in the comments below, again, live or on the replay, what do you think? Would you play this deck in any way, shape, or form? Truth be told, we didn't really get a chance to storm off as much as I like to. I mean, if you want to go the storm route, there's definitely ways you can pull that off, but you're definitely going to have to invest a lot more in terms of mythics and rares. It's not that it can't be done. It's just, again, going to be something that's really, really expensive to do. Still, even our version today, I was actually pretty satisfied with it. Yes, there's going to be some things I might want to tweak instead of just making it a straight up Spellslinger deck, maybe I would say for an alternate build, you could go into a couple doing other things. So maybe more treasure production to help us ramp a little bit more, maybe more card draw just to make sure we can keep digging into more action so we can keep building up a storm count. And if you did want to go off with, say, a grape shot, it can be done that way. But again, you do have a couple of other options. I actually think Rawl is actually a really cool card. He's actually pretty powerful, but you do need time to build him up. We kind of got a little greedy today because many of the times that I put him down, we didn't really go off with that many cards. But despite what we did, we managed to still make him work. And that final match there was actually really, really sweet for us. Now, for those of you, again, who have stuck around this long into the stream, as always, thank you one more time because you are my true fiery friends. And because of that, I'm going to show you real quick how you can upgrade this deck. So, basic upgrades that I would recommend based on what we're trying to do here, we're going to go through all the rares and mythics. Not every single one of them, but again, most of what you can think of is mostly going to be here. So what I mean by that is it's mostly going to come down to just, again, what is your archetype for the deck? So obviously cards like Brainstorm definitely auto includes for this deck. You want to try to consider maybe even a Flusterstorm if you want to go the true Storm route. Cards that'll help you out, such as trigger ability and stuff. Stifles will be actually really good for you. If you want to, again, stick to mostly just drawing cards and whatnot. Obviously cards like Cyclone Rift, Counterspell. I mean, these are pretty much like what I would intend for you to all kind of look about. Baral Chief of Compliance here, really awesome for you to help to dig through your deck. You have cards like Ledger Shredder, of course, Memory Lapse. Most of the powerful counterspells are going to what you want to invest in just to ensure you have what you need. Mana Drain here is so good in this deck because, again, it'll get you, of course, the mana you need to get you the colorless stuff to keep casting more spells, and it would be cheaper on top of that. You have cards such as, if you really want to be a little bit more dirty, yes, you could play cards like Thassa's Oracle here. Not that I would recommend that, but it is an option if you want to go maybe the mill route. Cards like Tails End, of course, Snapcaster Mage, these are all fantastic. Search for Escanta, once you flip it, is also great for the deck. I don't usually recommend alchemy cards, but there are going to be some alchemy cards if you want to be that player. Yes, you could pull that off too. Oh yes, thank you for that one. Sorry, I'm also looking at the chat real quick, everybody. So yeah, yeah, thanks MTG Hillbilly. Yeah, that was a great win. And yeah, I appreciate that you think it's a great deck here. But of course, I do want to say that as a budget, it's still possible to get the wins, but you definitely will get a lot more consistent wins if you actually want to invest. Again, as I just mentioned right now, if you want to put in some alchemy cards, cards like Absorb Energy, if you are okay with alchemy cards, are fine. Other cards that maybe you might want to consider, it mostly just comes down to, again, how you want to do it. If you want to draw more cards, you have others. Yeah, sorry, words are hard still. But otherwise, cards like Compulsive Research are great for you. Disallow for counter spells. Brazen Power is a great 2-in-1 option for you. If you want to do more of the free stuff, As Foretold is also pretty solid too. If you're looking for more payoffs for all those instant sorceries, cards like Haughty Djinn are actually pretty solid for you. Flare of Denial, I don't think I have to even say this is actually pretty awesome, but you could definitely play cards like that. If you want more copying abilities, so you can just do more stuff, Mirror Maid, Quasi Duplicator, great for you. If you want to do more token shenanigans, Puppet Steers is also pretty solid for you. If you need some way to kind of reset the board, cards like Midnight Clock are also great too. Natty or Kraken is also good if you want to go more the token route. There's definitely a lot of options for you. Excuse me. Excuse me. But there's definitely all kinds of things. If you want to be dirty, yes, you can play Ristic Study, but again, that's going to be your personal preference. Show and Tell, also dirty cards for you if you want to be that player. But again, I will never encourage that. It's only, again, I'm not going to say I'm shaming anybody for playing cards such as Show and Tell or Ristic Study, but again, your mileage varies, depends on what kind of deck and what kind of style you want. Commit to Memory, really, really awesome for the deck. Archmage, Eternus with the Magecraft ability allows you to just keep drawing a ton of cards, so definitely check out some of those. If we're going to go into red real quick, cards that I would recommend for you. I know I didn't really go over all the blue cards, but again, we're just going over just basic examples. Cards such as Gamble, great Train Heist are also great if you want to go more of the combat route for you. Of course, if you can afford it, a Simple Bolt also is nice for removal. If you want to focus on the deck more for removal and wraths, there's definitely tons of options for you. If you want to punish your opponent, cards like Eidolon of the Great Revel, if they're low to the ground, Goblin Bombardment, if you want to take advantage of all those tokens you make, just to sacrifice them for a little extra damage. There's so many things you could do with it. Magmatic Channeler I can name off for you. If you want to do more of the token shenanigans, so Magda is great for you to make treasures. And if you want to throw in some dragons, that also can go really well too. Cards like Scalding Viper also great. I realized for the deck I should have thrown in Runaway Steamkin. That was kind of a miss on my end here. I think obviously budget wise we can still afford it, so definitely throw that in if you want to. If you want to punish some opponents, you can have cards like Roiling Vortex to turn off their life gain. That actually can be helpful too for you. If you want to then go with, again, more payoffs, so you have cards like Smoldering Egg if you don't mind casting off a bunch of spells in a turn. Slick Shot Show Off. I don't even need to tell you, this is an awesome card and a great payoff for the deck if you want to do that. Skullcrack also can turn off life gain while also doing a little extra damage. If you want to do some more shenanigans with the graveyard, Underworld Breach is fantastic too. Chaos Warp is going to be more of a panic option for you, but you can do that if you want to. Cards additionally that can help you out with casting more things, such as Chandra here. I can continually go on all day, everybody, but you get the idea. Anger of the God. If you want to punish them a little bit, you can also play cards like Blood Moon. Just be careful of how you build your decks. That way Blood Moon doesn't screw you over. Fable the Mirror Breaker, also amazing for you. Ironcrag Pyromancer here, highly underrated in my opinion, because again, when you draw that second card, you can keep bolting opponents. Insult to Injury, another great finisher for you. Risk Factor, if you want to play a little bit more of the Punisher style of gameplay here, I just go on. Arclight Phoenix, another great recursion. Urbrass Forge is a hilariously fun finisher if your opponent doesn't answer it. Atsuchi here, Blazing Sky, can give you a bunch of treasure tokens if you want to go that way, and it's also a cool dragon. I mean, again, there's tons of things you can definitely do with this deck. It really just comes down to what do you want out of the deck. Obviously, with Brawl, you definitely want to sling a bunch of spells, but however you get those spells will be totally up to you. Oh, and of course, one personal final thing I would say is definitely throw in a Mizzix Mastery. That's also going to be a awesome finisher for you if you just want to take out your opponent. But then, as far as, I forgot to mention also the multicolor spells. How can I forget those? So obviously for multicolor spells, you have additional stuff too. Firemind's Research, if you want to be more grindy, you have cards such as, let's see, what do we even want out of this? Sorcerer's class is also great too. Electrolyze, a little expensive. I don't know if I would buy it immediately, but again, it's pretty cool for what it can do. Flames of Anor here, also great because you do have a lot of wizards. Prismari Command here. Stellarly, if you want to go super big, and can also be an alternate commander for the deck if you want to. Collective Conjuring, of course. What else am I missing here? Raeli, also great for you for card draw. That's actually pretty sweet. If you want to go huge with cards, you have cards like Magnum Opus, of course. You can throw in Niv Mizzet if you want to. Maybe most is more for flavor purposes. Galahad's Prismari here, also awesome for you. Explosion Expansion here, also a flavor win for the deck if you want to, and a really great solid card for you. And of course, as always, and I say this a million times, if before you upgrade any of these cards, number one thing, and I cannot stress this enough, upgrade your mana base. Always. Seriously, always. Before you get any of these rares, get the mana base first. You can play with janky cards like I did today, but if you can have a solid mana base, that goes a lot more better with your consistency. Again, one more time. Upgrade your mana base. Okay, got it? Good. Anyways, that's basically it for you for that. I mean, again, I won't go over every single option for you because that could be a whole nother video in itself when it comes to that stuff, but you get the idea here. It's definitely a lot of fun for, honestly, players out there who are spell slingers. So either way, you will not be disappointed if you give this a try. Okay, see ya, Suki. Glad you were able to hang out this far. I do appreciate you hanging out. Thank you one more time. And then before we go, everybody, one final thing I'm going to also mention, of course, is going to be that we do have some upcoming future decks. And again, this is why I always like for you guys to stick around, because you guys get a little sneak peek as to what we're doing. So as you can see right here, based on the polls, we already have some of those decks that I kind of threw up on the poll. If you saw that poll on YouTube, those are already going to be going up soon. So we have a Marvel deck, of course, using Marvel Aetherworks. I don't think anybody voted on this deck, but I still want to try it at some point, so we'll consider that. We have, of course, the one and only You Got Scammed. We'll talk about this again more because I think this is the deck that's going to be winning for the upcoming deck tech. We have Only Human, a Humans deck for you. Spellforce 1 and American Energy are going to be my pseudo hilariously awesome decks for the 4th of July weekend, so stick around for those. That'll be coming up soon. That'll be a fun video for us. And then, of course, I haven't forgotten, we are still going to do the super ultra budget decks, but now we're going to go into 3 colors. So we're looking at basically Pirates for the future and basically Energy. Those will actually be really solid options for you. If you do want to consider those, we'll definitely build those later on. But otherwise, whew, okay. I need to catch my breath again. But I think that mostly wraps it up for this video, everybody. So before you go, I do want to say one more time, thank you again, everybody, for hanging out this long into the stream. I appreciate all of you. We're going to keep trying to build this channel as high as we can to keep, again, building a bigger community of budget aficionados, those of you who are fans of playing Magic on the cheap, who also can enjoy the game without having to spend a ton. That's all my goal is. I want to make sure everybody out there is able to play Magic no matter what your budget is. But with that, have a wonderful day, everybody. Enjoy the rest of the week. And just remember that, actually, we got to hit the music for this one. And just remember that no matter what you do play in the game of life, always be sure to burn bright. Later.